What's going on, bro? I'm just here in my apartment. I'm in High Point now. Been here for about a week now. We had our first week of preseason this week. Just chilling in the apartment. Yeah, things are going well. But I've been thinking about something, a really important lesson that I've learned just over the course of my pro career, but also in college. And just want to impart this lesson to you. But man, when I was in college, I played one game between my freshman and sophomore years. So, and that was my freshman year. So I played out of, let's just say in one season, there's like, in college, I think we played 20 something games, 22. I played one game out of 2 years. So that's about, let's call it 45 games in 2 seasons. And I played one of them. So that was about, let's call it 44 games that I dressed up for. I was fully prepared to play in and didn't play at all. Didn't see a single second on the field. And it's tough, man. It's frustrating to go through it. But then it's crazy how my junior year I ended up playing for a USL2 team that summer. And I started almost every game and won the national championship with them. That fall at Wake, I come back and I take that starting job. I start every single game. We go to a Final Four, the first and only Final Four that we went to while I was in college. Uh, I had conference recognition, third team conference. I was two-time Defensive Player of the Week, all this stuff. But I think the biggest lesson that I learned was success isn't linear, right? And I don't want to act like I know all this stuff about success. I just have had a couple of things that have worked for me and gone my way, and so I'm sharing this with you. But success isn't linear. Success isn't where you put in work today and then you get the result tomorrow, or you put in work for a week and then the next week you get all the rewards from it. You have to realize that it's almost like a bank account to where you're just putting in results and you will get the benefits of those results, but it's going to come at a time that you didn't expect. So, going back to my college experience, I was investing for so long, man. I was working super hard my freshman year, my sophomore year, and I had nothing to show for it. And like I said, man, it's tough. It's very difficult. But one phrase I think that kind of sums this all up is when it rains, it pours. So when the success did come, it just came in amounts that I couldn't have even imagined. My junior year and that summer of winning a national championship in USL2, that was more success than I could ever even have imagined was possible. But it all happened, and it all went to show that all the work that I put in my freshman and sophomore years, it wasn't for nothing. But in those times, it felt like it wasn't for nothing because I would go through a week of training and a week of working in the gym and eating well and doing all these things, and then sitting on a bench for 90 minutes on the weekend. And like I said, it's frustrating, but you need to realize that your work will be rewarded only if you keep going and you keep pushing. And the toughest thing about it is you just never know when that reward is going to come. But you have to know that when you are putting in the work, the reward will come. So I think another good analogy is almost like a pinata. One of my favorite motivational speakers, Ed Milet, he talks about the pinata analogy to where you imagine all these little kids at a party and they're all smacking this pinata and they just keep smacking it, one kid after the other, they keep smacking the pinata, and no candy's coming out. And then they get the one little scrawny kid and he takes one swing at the pinata and boom, all the candy comes out. And it was like, was he the one who opened the pinata? He was the one, but it wasn't just the force of his swing. It was the constant repetition of all the other swings that did it. But all the candy came out at once. It wasn't like you hit the pinata one time and one piece of candy comes out. Then you hit it twice and two pieces of candy come out. No, you hit that pinata over and over and over and over again, and you never know when that moment is going to come, when it bursts open. But you know that it will if you keep working. So I say this all to let you know that what you're doing right now has value and it will be rewarded. But again, you have to keep going. You have to keep working. The only way that you will not be rewarded is if you quit, if you stop, if you get off the path. So realize that the hard work that you're putting in right now is not in vain, not at all. And know that it might be a week from now, it might be a month from now, it might be a year from now. Shoot, for me it was 2 years. I had to wait 2 years in college to really get the things that I was looking for and that I was trying to achieve. But man, it was so worth it. I remember when that success did come and kind of looking back at that year, thinking of all the things that I went through, all the hard work, all the early mornings and training when I didn't want to train. And I remember thinking in my head, I would have done that all again and I would have done even more if I knew that that kind of success was coming. So understand that your moment is coming and your time to succeed is coming again if you keep putting in the work. So I hope this message is one that can inspire you and just, even I have to remind myself of this sometimes. I've been putting in a lot of work as a pro for a couple of years now, and maybe I haven't had all the success that, I feel like for the work that I've put in. But man, you just never know what's right around the corner. And I think just continuing to fight and just stay persistent is a major key in achieving what you want. So, man, keep working, keep your head down, keep doing what you're doing. Maybe see if you can do a little bit more as well. And know that great things are coming, man, if you just keep being persistent, faithful, and, working as hard as you can. But know that it's all for something. And to be honest, it will be something bigger than you can ever imagine if you just keep going and keep working. So, yeah, man, I believe in you, and just keep doing your thing.